Alright, so we're going to want to add a berm in here, and putting the berm in starts at the point level. So the berm is kind of a line feature, a 3D line feature you could imagine it as, but we actually need to make it into a bunch of closely packed points. So if we know that we want to put a berm on this road, we'd like to know where we're going to put the berm. So you could just start going into here and editing the points and throwing in a whole bunch of points. Oops. Nope, that's the wrong one. This one. Editing it and throwing a whole bunch. Oh yeah, you gotta. Never mind. You'd put a bunch of points in there, but that would take time, and it wouldn't be as, I suppose, elegant if you're just randomly throwing points in here in a line. What we can do is we can actually build ourselves a line using a scratch layer for now. Call it berm. Sedley V3 berm 1. This is presuming that you might have to create multiple berms, and it's going to be a line feature. And we'll just keep our projections the same. Alright, so we got this one, and we're going to just create a line feature. And we know we want to go from this line here to its counterpart on the other end. So if we select it, we can actually just see. Alright, so we see its counterpart on the other side. So I'm just going to try and remember that. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to turn snapping on. Turn this guy on for the berm 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to put it along here. And so it's this guy here. Then right click, and there we go. So where I decide to put the berm is actually already some points on top of it, and this is actually going to be a problem. I just turn everything off here. Let's make a blue line. 1 point. There. There's our line. Where we've decided to put our line already has a bunch of points on it. So essentially what you're going to have to do is make a copy of your Sedley points. So these guys here, I'm going to stop editing them and export it. And we're going to call it Sedley V4 berm. That way we know that this one's going to include the berm and it'll be different from the original. And it'll be a shapefile so we can have interoperability. So at this point we can turn this one off. We've got this one. We're going to start editing it, and we're going to use the select tool, and we're going to select all of these points that are within our line and delete them at first. So we've deleted those points and we're ready to put in some new ones. So what we want to do is open our processing toolbox here. Oh yeah, it's just all the way up here. And in our processing toolbox, we're going to say line, something to do with path to points along geometry. So we're going to want to take our berm 1 and we want to put points basically every, I'd say, yeah, like every meter. Start the offset, and the offset, I'm going to create a temporary file for this. Run, oh god, never mind, that's too many. We're going to remove that layer. And we're going to do this again. And we're going to say a distance of 5 meters. And we're going to click run. Alright, that seems a little more reasonable. So we're going to turn off the berm. And we're going to create new points on top of the berm points using our Sedley v4. There's other ways of doing this, probably faster to be honest. We're going to click it and click enter every time, clicking enter. Hopefully we'll have done soon. So we actually want to define an elevation on all these points. So we're going to select them. And we're going to open the attribute table and I'm going to say show selected features. And if you, I'm going to calculate field. And we're going to update an existing field and we're going to go with elevation. And we want the elevation to be, what's this, 5. It was 5. Let's just cancel that real quick and double check. Let's open our contours and query this final contour here. Yeah. Nope. What the contours? It's 582.6. So just remember that. Open attribute table. Update the existing field. Elevation 582.6. And then we're going to click OK. Oh crap. Oh, okay. So when I had this open, it was set to update only the 40 selected features. It was good. Otherwise, I would have, if it was defaulted to that, I would have accidentally overwritten all of our elevations, and that would have been bad. So thankfully, it corrected my mistake before I knew it. So we could actually add a code to all these guys as well. We're going to say code. I'm going to put these little things here. Berm. Codes all caps. Berm. There. So now I got a code problem. So if I clear this selection, show all features. So everything should have code. And you notice everything doesn't have all the ones that we've added. They don't have a feature ID, a northing, and an easting. Well, truly, the feature ID is actually not really necessary. And the northing and easting was what we brought in, but we don't need anymore. We could calculate those fields for the sake of continuity. It's a little bit of a hassle. If you need it done, you can ask me, and I'll make another video about it. But anyway, nonetheless, here we go. We got a. So if you look at this all again, these interpolated points, they're going to be gone because they're a temporary file. But I think we'll still want to keep the berm line in. We'll want to retain this for later. So let's export and save it as an Esri shapefile for berm line. Suppose we should have been calling that one berm points and then call this one berm line, just so we're not getting confused. Oh, whoops, no, this is the line. Save. And okay. So we can remove the temporary layer, and the interpolate points layer we can also remove because we just confirmed that we brought it in here. This one is actually not saved, so we can save it. Stop editing it. Stop editing that. And remove the interpolated points. And save our project. And so what I'm going to do now is take the Sedley v4 berm points, put them into the kriging tool again, exactly the same way I created the surface here. Do the exact same thing again, just with these points in there, and see what the output is. And I'll come back with that.